Some football clubs are located so far away from the rest of their league that every single match becomes a logistical challenge. They travel thousands of kilometres for domestic games, play far outside the geographic centre of their league, and deal with conditions most teams never face. Take Perth Glory in Australia. They play in Australia's A-League, where most clubs are based on the East Coast, mainly Sydney, Melbourne and Brisbane. Perth is on the West Coast. The distance to Sydney is around 3,300 kilometres. That's comparable to flying from Dublin to Cairo. Flight time is usually between 4 and 5 hours. And this isn't occasional travel. Perth plays 13 away matches per season, almost all of them long-haul flights. There are no regional opponents, no away games under 2,000 kilometres, and often there's a 2 to 3 hour time difference involved. So across a season, players spend dozens of hours in the air just for domestic matches, which makes Perth one of the most geographically isolated clubs in top-flight football. Now compare that to Tromsø Idrettslag in Norway, a club located around 350 kilometres north of the Arctic Circle. To put that into context, that's further north than most inhabited cities in the world. The distance from Oslo to Tromsø is about 1,600 kilometres. Driving takes almost 24 hours, so teams almost always fly. And then there are the conditions. From late November to mid-January, the sun does not rise at all. Temperatures regularly drop below -10 degrees Celsius from September to May. Matches are often played on artificial turf because natural grass cannot survive the climate. So visiting teams are not just travelling long distances, they are entering a completely different environment. Despite that, Tromsø won the Norwegian Cup twice, in 1986 and 1996, making them the northernmost football club in the world to have won a national title. A more extreme case is FC Vladivostok in Russia. When they played in the Russian Premier League, they were based almost 9,000 kilometres from Moscow. Yeah, you heard right, 9,000 kilometres. That is less than half the distance from Madrid to Moscow. Flights took between 8 and 10 hours, and more importantly, teams crossed 8 time zones. Kick-off times that feel normal locally can feel like early morning or late night for visiting players. Studies in sports science show that crossing multiple time zones can reduce performance for several days. That's why some teams arrived 2 to 3 days early, others didn't and had to play immediately after travel. Then there's UD Las Palmas in Spain, a club in Spain's top division based in the Canary Islands. The distance to Madrid is about 2,000 kilometres. Every away match requires a flight of roughly 2.5 to 3 hours. Over a season, Las Palmas completes 38 league matches, meaning 19 flights to the mainland. In a league where many teams are only a few hundred kilometres apart, Las Palmas operates completely outside that geographic cluster. Now take Cobresal in Chile. They are based in El Salvador, a mining town at around 2,600 metres above sea level. The town has a population of roughly 7,000 people. The nearest major city is several hours away, and the surrounding region is the Atacama Desert, one of the driest places on Earth. Average annual rainfall is close to 0 millimetres, so visiting teams are not just travelling, they are entering an environment with high altitude, extreme dryness, and minimal infrastructure. Despite that, Cobresal won the Chilean League in 2015, which makes them one of the smallest and most remote champions in modern football. And finally, Persipura Jayapura in Indonesia, a club based in Papua in the far east of Indonesia. A flight from Jayapura to Jakarta takes up to 6 hours. That's almost like flying from New York City to San Francisco. And this applies to almost every away game, because most clubs in Indonesia are based on the island of Java. Over a season, that means constant long-distance travel across an archipelago of more than 17,000 islands. Despite that, Persipura has won multiple league titles. All of these clubs operate under conditions that most teams never have to deal with. Longer travel distances, more complex logistics, and environments that are completely different from the rest of their league. Over the course of a season, that adds up. Not just physically, but in preparation, recovery, and consistency. Do you know any other isolated clubs in football? Clubs that are far removed from the rest of their league or face unique geographic challenges week after week? Let us know in the comments. Thanks for watching.